We're live. All right. It's been a while. So this is The Forgotten Throne. This is season 2, episode 14 total. But we're going to start the naming convention off at 1. You'll see that we have a new player joining us, Laura. And we are down 2 players. Cornelius and Lady Tiefling are no longer with us. We are leaving the 4th spot open for the time being in case one of them does decide to return. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave that. So before we jump into the game, I wanted to quickly make mention that there is an event coming up on May 3rd through May 7th. It is called Jasper's Game Week. You can participate in an auction to play with some great DMs, people like Satine Phoenix, Chris Perkins, a few other people. I don't have the list of the names in front of me, but there were about like 10 celebrity DMs that you could play with. As this says in the flyer, 40 plus hours of tabletop RPGs, and goes to a great cause. It raises money for, I believe, the suicide prevention hotline or something like that. Suicide awareness stuff. So a great cause, and nobody is making a profit off of it. So again, it's just literally to help people out. So go on over if you have any questions. Fenway Jones, I think is her name on Twitter. Mini Terrain Domain Jake, who plays in our Descent game once a month. Both of those two can answer all of your questions. Jasper's Game Day, all that great stuff. So again, go and check that out. And yeah. So anyways, when we left off at the end of season 1, the players were enjoying this new dessert, Scotties Pies. It wasn't really a dessert. It was this amazing treat called Scotties Pies. And when they were trying it, the only person that didn't like it was Meek, I think, which is crazy. But they decided that more people needed to try these pies. However, they were out of the ingredients. So Renmer, loving it so much, decided, we'll help you get those pies, and told the group about it and said, we got to go do this. And everyone agreed that they were going to do it. However, they've had some time to think. They decided to camp since they had an emotional time meeting up with Eva's family. Eva and Meek had some time to think overnight, and everyone's hanging out down in the tavern. Garrick, Renmer, Meek, Eva. And Meek is sitting there, and she looks distracted almost. And she starts to talk to Renmer and Garrick and says, and she's rubbing this giant egg that's strapped to her belly. And she says, I don't think that this journey is safe for a child, let alone an unborn child. I think I should go to Deadshell and travel over to Stonehall. And, obviously with some of the other commoners going from Riverbend, I just think this is what's best.
I can't disagree with you, Eva, Meek. War is no place for a child.
As she says this, she pulls out the gem of brightness that she had gotten a while back, and she sets it on the table. And Eva then begins to speak, and she says, I agree, Meek. I've been thinking too, and I think it might be best if I go with my mother and my siblings with you. And she says, I can protect you guys. And Renmer, Garrick, I think you guys will be fine without us. Don't you think?
We'll make do.
It would pain me to lose you, Eva, but I cannot fault you for wanting to be with your family.
And following Meek's lead, she kind of unstraps this rapier and sets it on the table as well, and says, "You're going to need this a lot more than we are." And she then says, "Stay safe and don't make me come back here and save your ass, Renmer. Also, enjoy those pies of Scotties. Have a few extra for me in the coming days."
Can I slide the sword back over to her and say, I'd rather you have it and not need it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
If you need it, let's just say I'd rather you have it.
She takes it back, and so then Meek kind of you notice Garrick notices this. Meek starts having a tear run down her face, and she kind of tries to rub it without anyone seeing her how vulnerable she is, which everyone knows she's already vulnerable, but you know. And Eva then says, "Come on, Meek," and they turn and start to walk out. So the Pixie's playing her normal music in her cage.
We're in the tavern, right?
Yep, Roscoe's.
What time of day is it?
It's morning, first thing. You guys, we're gonna leave.
Renmore's waving over for a drink then. He's just like pointing down, just like put one here.
Yep, they bring you over a drink. They ask Garrick, is there anything you would like?
No, I'm not feeling like drinking today.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, we'll be around. All right. So as that's going on, I'm going to cut over to Fimoria. Am I saying that right? Fimoria or Pimoria?
Femoria.
Femoria. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I don't think I had said it out loud before now.
So Countess Femoria and her companions, Varen, Aurora, I can't even say these names. Aurori and Zoom
Or
Zoomin.
Irie and Zoom Zoomin.
Zoom Zoomin and O'Reilly. You guys are packing up. They had set up a tent for you so you could do your trance this morning and get right, with everything and get your spells back and everything. And they're packing it up for you as you kind of strap on your sword and pull, check your bow, make sure it's all ready and nice. The string is nice and tight. And you start traveling. And you're heading south. You're kind of heading towards the kingdom a little bit. You've purposely avoided the halfling settlement. And you see this large tree that's about 15 feet wide that has a giant hole in it in the front. Now, this tree is abnormal. All the other trees are your normal, maybe 2-3 feet wide trees. This one clearly stands out to you. What would you like to do?
Does the hole go all the way through it?
From where you're standing, you're a good 30 feet away. It looks like it's just an opening, like it might be hollowed out.
Can I investigate that?
Mm-hmm. So are you going to leave your retainers behind you, or are you going to just go up by yourself? You can take them with you?
No, they'll come with me, but stay back at a safe distance so that if something explodes, they're not in that radius.
All right.
They generally know to follow at a safe enough distance where they're away from blowing up things.
Right. I'm assuming they all have like big packs and are carrying all the stuff, whereas you have like very little.
Oh yeah, no. One of them's job is I have a chest that he carries, and I have like my dress and my bow and my quiver, and that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. So so they're carrying all that, and you get up to the tree. How close do you want to get to the tree? You want to go into it? Like, how far?
Well, I definitely want to look at it before going
Sure.
into it.
Sure.
We're going to look at it from the outside first.
Okay. So when you look in the hole, it looks like after a couple feet into it, the ground disappears. Like it just goes straight down. You can't quite make out from your angle how deep it is, or anything like that.
Okay. I want to. I'm gonna go over and let's see. Is there something that would burn in the area fairly easily, like some moss or something on a tree that I want to tie something flammable to an arrow, light it on fire, and shoot it down there to see if I can get some light down there. Is there something I can do that with?
Yeah, as you start looking around, Varen says, I have extra paper, Countess.
Wonderful, thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie some of that, like a little scroll, on the arrow and light it on fire.
Perfect.
And then fire it down into the hole to see if I can get some light in there to see what's happening.
Sure. So you shoot it off into this hole, and it must go down a bit because you see the light go down, and it's still there, but it's very dim now. You can barely see any light flickering up, but you can tell that it might be about a 10 or 15 foot drop if you had to guess.
Okay, but it definitely ends. It's not like a bottomless hole.
Seems like it, yeah. The fire is definitely flickering a little bit down in there. But then obviously it goes out because paper only burns for a second.
Right.
And as that's happening, we'll cut
Okay.
back to the other two. So, Garrick and Renmer, you hung out in the tavern for a bit. You had a few drinks. I'm assuming Garrick had quite a few drinks. He's like, oh, we're just going to get some eggs. No big deal.
Oh,
I believe Garrick was the one who didn't want to drink, and Renmore was the one who wanted to
Yeah,
drink.
Yes.
Garrett likes to drink when he's happy, not when he's sad.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
We're the
Renmer has a
inversion
few
right
drinks. It's reversed. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Renmer has a few drinks. He's like, we're just going to get some eggs and then have some pies. How bad can this be? Not enough to get like wasted or anything.
No, but he
has a couple.
Yeah.
So you guys, was there anything you wanted to do before leaving town?
Renmore wants to get out of town as fast as possible right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think getting a little bit of fresh air would be good. So,
Okay. So as you guys leave, as you're leaving town, you see Eva and her 3 siblings, her mom, and Meek with a couple other nobles from Riverbend packing up and leaving Harvest Moon Meadows. And you get into the woods. It's pretty uneventful. Obviously, you guys feel like something's missing. Just the two of you. You guys aren't known for your witty banter back and forth, much like Renmer was with Eva. And again, it just doesn't feel right without your former companions.
Did she ever give me back my foot?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
man.
Just got to keep it as a memento.
Yeah.
Do you want it?
Not really.
So the travel isn't too bad. And you're traveling about the distance that Scotty had told you it roughly would be, when you see 4 elves, 3 elves trailing a female one who's not carrying anything other than a bow and her weapon. The others are like loaded up, carrying a chest, packs that are way too big for their skinny, frail elven legs. And you see her get some paper, like a rolled up scroll from one of them, and go, thunk, and shoot an arrow into a large tree. And you're about 40 yards out from this. And you can see her slowly approaching the large tree. It's a little bit hard to make things out between the smaller trees, but you can see enough. And they're not being too discreet, right? The 3 elves that are with her are kind of struggling with this chest a little bit. She's pretty swift. Like, if you had to guess, like, she could hold her own, it seems. At least Renmer, you sizing her up, you think she could?
I do believe I have that ability.
Do you?
Yeah, I think that actually comes with the Battle Master.
Yeah, I think you have to watch me for a minute or something.
Yeah, I have to like watch
No.
her for a minute, but I can be like, nah, shit, she can handle herself.
So there you go. You could definitely tell. Her servants, not so much. In fact, you probably wouldn't even want to give them a sword because it'd be a waste to steal. But you know, you're hoping maybe they help her out in other ways. She seems, like she's not out here trying to raise any trouble, but you don't know. So what would you guys like to do?
Walk away, obviously.
That's
That was all I
exactly
had
what
prepped. That's the end of this session.
So they're not trying to hide themselves, and they're on the road, right? The servants are on the road.
Yeah.
And
No, not a road.
area,
There's no road here. It's
I'm
just
forgetting.
a forest.
Is this the area that we are coming to because there was trouble, right?
You're coming here because you're trying to get the special ingredient for Scotties Pies.
Right, but there was some sort of danger in this area, right?
Yes, you had heard of a few different things, I believe, if I remember correctly. You had heard, well, first of all, they always had that halfling Brutus doing this for them, and he's the one who always spread the rumors of stuff, like the pixies and things like that. He also started spreading rumors of a giant bird that was known for killing living things here, like giant deer, not giant deer, but taking deer and killing them because it was such a big bird.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's been able to confirm that story.
I mean, to halflings, all deer are probably giant. So
Right.
Yeah. Well, then I would walk down the road and approach the party, just kind of like holding up my hand in like greeting and also like I'm not armed sort of way. I mean, I am, but it's not my hands.
Right. All right. So you approach, and you see this
Do I
one.
see him coming before? Because
Yeah,
if
you
he's
can.
Oh, I was gonna say, because otherwise I was about to drop down the hill when you or drop down the hole when you cut off last time. So I can
Let's roll for
wait
it.
to do that. Okay.
Let's roll for it.
What am I rolling?
Do me a favor. Roll a
Initiative.
six-sided die. Six-sided die. Evens mean you see him. Odds mean you don't.
That's a 4, so that's an even.
All right. So you're about to jump in, and all of a sudden you see this half orc with its hand in the air. On his back, you see like what looks to be like a long handle of some kind of staff of something. Maybe it's like a great axe or something, but you can't quite tell because he's got stuff that's almost trying to conceal it. He's just not very good at that. And so you also see behind him a wizard, or not a wizard, a human. Sorry, who is a wizard, but
Right.
Eh.
So when I see them, I'm going to leave where I was by the tree and go walk over and sort of subtly interpose myself between them and my retainers because they are clearly armed and I want to make sure they talk to me first.
Okay. So you are able to do that. Go ahead, role play it out.
Greetings. What brings you to this road?
Traveling through.
You best be warned. We have been sent down this road because of certain dangers on it. You may want to look to the sky. Reports are of a large bird that is taking living things.
She's gonna pat her bow and she's gonna be like, I think we'll be okay with birds.
You do appear to be well armed to deal with birds. Just it doesn't do you any good if you don't see it before it hits you. And also, I wouldn't jump down any holes. He kind of lifts up one foot and you notice that the boot is entirely metal. He says, jumping into strange holes in the ground is how I got this.
Well, that's interesting. I'm not actually worried about that, but I
Neither was I.
appreciate it. You are a very forthright fellow who is kind of freaking me out a little bit.
That's fair enough. Tyr's blessing be with you. What was this hole? And he's gonna like walk over and look at it now.
I don't know. I had just started investigating it.
Juice, does this
Renmer, didn't you learn last time? Seriously, stop sticking your feet in holes, okay? Just give it some space.
much better. I'm going to stick my head in this time.
No. Those are
Juice,
much harder
does
to
this
attach.
Does this hole look familiar?
So not necessarily familiar, but this is the description that you were given for the eggs is that it would probably be down in this hole. Remember, they never told you what the eggs belong to either.
Yeah. Garrick,
Yes.
come take a look.
Let's go, Kraken. And I'll go ahead and kind of look and peer down the hole. Do I see anything down there?
Yeah, as soon as you peer, you actually see, not even like before you even get there, your passive perception reveals that there's a ladder leaning against this ledge. Gosh, I can't ever say your character's names. Femoria, right?
Femoria, yeah.
Yeah, I got it right. Okay. Femoria she didn't quite notice yet. She was about to, but she was distracted by Renmer. And yeah, so you see a ladder that goes down about 15 feet.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take my drift globe and sort of direct it or let it loose to kind of let out some extra light.
Okay.
And let's just have Kraken just take a quick peek down there, see if he can kind of like, climb in there and take a look.
Okay. Yeah, he's able to get down there. When he gets down, does he have night vision or dark vision? He just has the drift globe, obviously. But
yeah, he just has whatever light comes from the drift globe.
So when he goes down to the bottom, there's stalagmites and stalactites. And the stalactites some of them are quite large. In fact, they kind of obstruct the view. There's so many, and some of them hang down. And out of some of them, you see roots of trees and stuff as well. So it's a little bit more obstructed view. The stalagmite, the first one you see, is almost like this big mound that has like a flat top. And Kraken can definitely see like dead grass and stuff on top of it.
Okay.
And that's about 5 feet tall, that one.
I'll just describe to them everything I'm seeing down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Garrick, this appears to be what we're looking for, is it not?
Yeah, it matches the description.
It does. And I'm going to turn to Femoria and be like, this apparently is the exact strange hole that we were contracted to jump down. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. And I'm going to gesture at the road. And town is like a couple hours down the road, right?
Yeah, it's not too far.
Yeah, so I'll be like, town is a few hours that way on the road. We saw no trouble, so you hopefully will be fine. Thank you for helping us. Tears blessing go with you.
Femoria is going to stand up as tall as she possibly can because she is quite insulted by this. You totally ignored me to look in a hole and are now dismissing me. And this is uncool. And she's going to say, I am the Countess Femoria Amastasia, and I will go where I wish.
You may come with us. As I said, the last time I went down a strange hole, I lost a foot. Happily, I have another to give.
Then that seems a reason why you shouldn't go down.
It might not be me losing something, but if you wish to come with, you are more than welcome to join. That bow would be helpful.
And you are...
I'm staying out of this.
I am Renmore Garome, and it is a pleasure to meet you. And
charmed, I'm sure.
Extremely. And we are contracted to retrieve eggs.
And the gentleman behind you?
That, and I just step aside.
Oh, yeah. Garrick, pleased to meet you. I'm not fancy. I don't have a title or anything like that, but I've got a parrot.
Many don't. It's a parrot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Named Kraken.
Named Kraken. who flew into a hole.
A scarlet macaw named. Well, he climbed in. Parrots can climb.
Okay.
So
He's a damn useful parrot. Macaw. Thing.
Wonderful.
thing.
So you want to go in this hole and get eggs?
Yes.
Why?
We're being paid to. Also,
We're being paid with pie. Let's be clear
yeah,
with this.
it's a really delicious pie. It's really good.
I would do it for money. I'm much more hesitant to do it for pie.
Also,
good pie.
The people in this town are in need of some help, and
Pie?
it's a small family-owned business that is a little short on help at the moment, and we're just trying.
Yeah, we're risking legs and necks for pie. So let's just get it over with.
Let's just do this.
You can tell, by the way, that Garrick looks kind of annoyed to be here. He doesn't want to do this for pie.
Wonderful. Well, I feel it is my duty to aid you and protect you in this ridiculous endeavor.
To be fair, of the things we've done in the last couple months, weeks, the last few weeks.
I'd say months, yeah.
Yeah, a month. This is the strangest one we've done, and we've done some pretty strange things.
He doesn't know the half of it.
Okay.
That's true.
So I'm going to turn to my retainers and be like, I'm going to accompany these gentlemen into this hole. How long do you think we'll be? Maybe like half an hour? 45 minutes?
Let's go with that, and don't panic if we're gone for like a day.
Okay. Well, you guys can set up here. Maybe make some lunch for when we get back. If I'm gone more than an hour, go ahead and set up the tents. And I'm going to take my extra weapons and, a water skin and some really basic things in case, because Redmore freaked me out a little bit when he said it might be a day. So, my like soap and a couple other necessities, and I'm going to tuck them into pockets.
The last time we went down into a hole, we were down there a day, fought some sort of druid lich, and I lost a foot.
Well,
let's plan on not doing that this time.
Rory comes up real quick, and she's like trying to brush her hair real quick, and she puts it up like so it's off of your
pleasantly
shoulders.
Surprised when we don't.
She's like, okay, you're ready.
Yeah, let's make sure it's secured nicely. I don't want it to fall down in the midst of combat.
Yes. And Baron says, don't worry, we'll have everything taken care of. We will have your meal prepared.
Wonderful, thank you.
So he starts getting things
I
ready.
look over at Garrick and I'd be like, Meek used to pick us garbage. This is great.
Right?
I'm sorry, would you like me to have them prepare something for you when you return as well?
No, that's fine.
Okay, just for the four of us then.
Yes, Miss Countess. And so they start actually getting it ready, right? Get the pot ready, and they're setting up as you guys start to go down. Now, what order are you going down in?
I'm going to go down first.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm assuming we're sending. So is Kraken still down there?
So Kraken, I would assume, is kind of like going down the ladder and just kind of looking down. So
yeah, and you're looking through his eyes, right?
Yeah, and I've kind of just dropped the drift globe down there.
Yep.
And Kraken goes down. So he's got basically enough light to see, 30 feet, 60 feet.
What's
like
his
that.
armor class and his hit points, by the way?
He has 1 hit point, and his armor class is 12.
Okay.
It's always good when the DM asks that question. For no
curious.
Particular reason.
I'm just curious. Just hold on one sec. So it is kind of hard for him to fly down here, just because the jagged nature of the stalagmite and trying to go up and down and weasel around it. It's very, you can tell it's going to be a little bit difficult to navigate through here.
Yeah, the subterranean is not really.
Yeah, there's no walking paths. You're going to have to climb over stalagmites and duck under stalactites. It's like a real
How
cave.
far down does the ladder go?
About 15 feet.
15 feet.
So,
Yep, 15 feet. And then once you get to the bottom, about 12 feet in front of you is your first stalagmite. And there's a stalactite right before it or a series of them that makes it so you actually have to duck if you're taller than 5 feet tall. So it's cramped in here, and that's all you can see at this point. You can't see past the first stalagmite.
So you said Femora like boldly goes first.
Femoria, yeah.
Femoria.
She's gonna go ahead and do that thing where you put your feet on the side of the ladder and then like slide down it fast.
So do me a favor. How far down is Kraken going, Garrick?
Just basically going down far enough to kind of see what he can see. It wasn't like to explore. It was very much to stay at the ladder and kind of peer down to see what he can see. And in fact, if we were going to go down, I'd probably just have him come back up before we even go down.
Yep.
At that point.
Okay. Yeah, then that definitely happens.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, basically what I told you see is what he reported back to you, or what.
And in fact, I'll just while he's down there, I'll just summon him to the pocket dimension, because I don't think he's going to be all that useful flying around down there. So I'll just try to keep him safe.
Okay.
You could let him stay here with Varen. He's very well. Zoomin is very good with animals.
Yeah, we could do that. Just have him hang out there.
Okay. All right. So you get to you all get down the ladder. I'm assuming she waits.
I do wait at the bottom. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all get to the bottom. You all can see this now. You can tell there's no free, like, you're probably going to have to go single file to get through some of these places. It would be very hard to go, well, you could go side by side. There's spots where it opens up to be about 20 feet wide. But the good climbing spots that it looks like are pretty jam-packed on this stalagmite. Or in between a couple stalagmites that are together.
No space for Kraken to fly. So I look over at Femoria and say, do you wish to go first again, or shall I?
I would happily go first, but looking at your weaponry, it seems that maybe you like being up close.
This appears to be an up-close kind of place. And considering the cramped quarters, I'm going to pull out the dagger I have and the short sword and just kind of like... Or actually, I'm just going to pull the short sword and start like making my way forward through there kind of slowly, but moving ahead.
Okay. So you duck under the first stalactite. And right after you duck under it, you can kind of find a couple jagged edges that you can grab to climb up on top of this first stalagmite. It's about 5 feet tall, like I said, or a little taller than that, but not by much. And you can see the grass on top of it, but it's about 4 feet out of reach. So you can't just reach up and grab this nest. So you will have to climb up there. Do me a favor. Give me...
By the way, just while you're doing that, I just want to make sure I have mage armor on before I actually go down the hole.
Okay. Yep. You got it on. In fact, this stalagmite looks like it's about 15 feet across.
Okay.
So you know. Oh, wow. I had a spelling error on my thing. That's funny. Give me an athletics check to climb up.
All right. Let me just check my... Okay. I don't have a climber's kit.
Would you like a leg up?
That would be very appreciated.
I'm going to go over and cut my hands down and like he's getting on a horse.
Yeah. It's a little hop-ho.
Which foot are you putting in it, Renmer?
Huh?
Are you putting the metal foot in her hand?
No, I'm not putting the metal foot in.
Oh, okay.
I'm more polite than that. I am going to try to like push off of it and kick the metal foot into the stone a little bit to see if I can get extra purchase.
Okay. You get advantage on your roll.
All right.
from her help.
I rolled 17 on both dice. With my athletics, that's 24.
Okay. So you make it. You can see this is a very difficult climb, by the way. It's the rocks are very sharp and jagged. If you weren't very careful, you could have easily cut yourself, and pretty deep cuts. But you're able to get on top.
Though? He's up at the top.
Yeah, of the 5 foot. And when you look down into the nest, it's empty.
I'm gonna. So it's empty.
The first one is empty. Looking ahead, you see a bunch more stalactites, and you see that this part of the cavern slopes down. And then you see another stalagmite with stalactites around it that dip down.
How's the line of sight up here?
It's okay. I mean, you can see down to the next one, but because of stalactites, you can't see over that one either. Very similar situation.
I'm gonna drop my rope down.
Okay.
For Femora and just say, you might want to be up here for a bit.
Why?
There's a lovely line of sight.
Oh, I like line of sight, and I'm going to climb up the rope.
I figured you would.
Yeah, you can see 20 feet ahead to the next stalagmite.
Okay. Is there anything that looks dangerous?
A bunch of stalactites.
Is there something to tie my rope onto up here?
You could find a jagged edge to kind of lasso around.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if we need something, I have a crowbar and I have like a bunch of extra daggers that I could use to make a secure thing. But
Sir Garrick, would you like assistance up?
I'm gonna climb back down and leave my rope there for like quick exiting of this location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just climb up. That's
Okay.
fine.
Give me an athletics check. You doing it without the rope, Garrick?
I'll use the rope.
Okay.
So with advantage than using the rope.
Yep.
16.
So you are able to climb to the top. However, in climbing, you still slip a little, and you cut your hand on one of the rocks, taking 4 damage to your hand.
That's amazing.
Don't worry, that was a max roll. And as you do it, because you slip, you actually make quite a bit of noise on the rocks. Not that you guys are being the most quiet anyway. And all of a sudden, all of you need to make an initiative roll. Or not, yeah, initiative. I got a 19. You guys see 4 birds the size of a hand come flying down at you. Renmer and Femoria are the ones standing, so they're probably going to take 2 each.
Did I have a chance to get down, or am I still up there?
Actually, you did say you're getting down, so you are down. Femoria is up there by herself, it looks like.
Yep. I got a 17 initiative.
Okay. So monsters 19. Femoria had 17. What about Garrick and Renmer?
4. I got a nat 1.
Okay.
I got an 11.
And Renmer 11. Okay, so they go first. So I'm gonna say 3 attack Femoria.
Okay.
And that's don't worry, they're not that. Ooh, 16 misses. 12 misses and 13 misses. And then one's going at Renmer, and that is a 15, so that misses as well. So all of them miss.
I'm gonna use my superiority to riposte.
Okay, so you see this bird that has a long, thin beak that looks like it has burrs on the end, and it looks like it's trying to stick its beak into your arm, and you move out of the way, but in more of a counterattack measure. Go ahead.
I rolled an 11.
That's your hit? That misses.
Yeah, the total to hit.
Yeah, that misses.
Yeah, so just
So
like
So you missed this scarlet red bird thing. And yeah. We are now over to Fumoria.
All right. So you said they flew and attacked me. Are they still engaged with me? Am I gonna
Yeah.
have problems shooting them?
Yeah, you'll be at disadvantage to shoot them.
Okay. Well, then I am going to use my face step and teleport over to the other. It's within 30 feet. So someplace that looks like I'll have a clear shot within 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can teleport down the slope that you can see.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot one of them.
Okay. Go for it.
That is a 19 to hit.
You hit.
Okay. So he's going to take 7 damage, and I'm going to turn this into a bursting arrow. So he and all other creatures within 10 feet of him are going to take another 10 damage.
Do they get a chance to save or no?
No, immediately after the arrow hits, all creatures, or the target and all other creatures, take 2d6 force damage.
Does that include friendlies?
Yes.
Uh-oh, Garrick.
Are you within 10 feet?
Yeah, he's like right underneath where you were before.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's unfortunate. Gary, you take
said 10
damage.
points of damage, right?
Yeah.
So you obliterate these things. And Garrick, as you're like underneath it, you feel blood just explode on you from these 4 birds.
Is
and
there
then
like a
you
save
feel
for
the
half
force
or something?
damage. No, there's no save.
There's no save. All creatures. Sorry.
Garrick's hurting.
Yep.
Good thing we have heat. Oh, wait.
So
I have 12 health left.
Okay.
So Garrick is covered with his own blood, but he's also covered with far more bird blood on him, just all over his face.
Is that all of
everything?
them?
That was all of those ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's on top of the stalagmite by himself, just covered in blood.
Garrick, I'm starting to think that high ground isn't such a good idea.
Sorry.
I'm starting to think that maybe allies are not such a good idea.
I thought they were higher than that.
She got all of them. You have to give her that. That was pretty.
Oh.
That was all of them in one shot. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well,
The proverbial 2 birds with 1 shot.
Next, I'll just remember that because
4 birds.
Yes,
I'm sure I can. I'm sure my fireball would get a lot of them too. So we'll remember that for next time.
Okay.
That's true enough.
All right. So the good news is Fumoria, from where she can stand, or where she's at, if she just turns around, she's at the next stalagmite.
Wonderful. I'm going to turn around. Are there eggs?
So this stalagmite is about 10 feet tall. Let me pull up my write-up. From what you can tell at the edge of it, there looks like more dead grass at the edge this time. This stalagmite looks like it's not as hard to climb, but because you're climbing further distance, it might be just as difficult in the long term, right? So if you want to climb up there, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Any way I could acrobatics it?
No, because that's more of a balance thing. Athletics would be like the muscle to get up there.
Well, then, knowing that there's no way I'm going to be able to make that by myself, I'm going to turn around and call the other party members over. Because athletics is not my strong suit.
Can I get the rope down from the other one?
Sure, you could like kind of
still up
flip
there,
the rope
right?
up.
I'm Garrick. I'm assuming Garrick comes down.
Yeah.
Trimbeck, are you all right?
I've had worse. Not much, but probably at some point.
You might want to stay
Yeah,
under
I
something.
blood everywhere. Blood everywhere. I know. I'll clean up later.
I'm just gonna give it a couple whips till it comes down.
Oh, I could prestidigitation and clean him up.
Outstanding.
So Garrick, you feel all of a sudden, you don't see anything, but you feel something's touching you all over the place and wiping the blood off of you.
I have not had enough to drink for this to be happening right now.
So, Garrick, or not Garrick, Renmore is going to go over and offer for more the stepping foot.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll pop up.
Okay.
Oh, hand me your rope. I think I left mine up.
Hold it.
So I grab it so I can lower it down afterwards. So I'm going to pop up.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
18.
All right. So you're able to get up there. However, you make a lot of noise. You do scrape your hand as well. You take 3 points of damage from the stalagmite. But you do get up there. And looking down at the nest, you see this one is empty as well.
Gentlemen, I don't think this is a very good solution.
No, this seems to be taking a bit longer than originally anticipated.
Do we have any plans better than climbing every stalagmite and seeing if there's eggs?
I mean, we can do this faster. It's just a matter of, I don't know, if we did jobs for gold rather than pies, I could afford to do things like summon Kraken as a bat and have him fly around and in the dark and look for things for us. But,
the pie shop didn't have gold now, did they?
How much gold would you need to be able to summon Kraken as a bat?
I can summon him as a bat right now, but it requires, what is it here? I think it's like 5 or 10 gold pieces, something like that. And since we keep doing charity work, 5 or 10 gold pieces is a lot right now.
Well, I don't have cash on me, but
You're not very liquid at the moment.
No, I don't carry my own money. But Varen has my money upstairs, and I would be happy to cover the price of a summoning in order to make this easier. I have gold.
How much did you say it was?
It's about 10 gold pieces, yeah.
Oh.
So it's not that bad, but it's 10 gold pieces every time I resummon him.
Garrick, I can cover you on this one.
Well, I can cover it too, but I have to buy spells and spell scrolls and stuff too, so I don't like to waste it. But sure, yeah, I can resummon Kraken as a bat.
I'll take the 10 out of mine.
So I've got all the spell components. I bought them in town a while back for summoning familiar, and I go ahead and resummon Kraken as a bat this time.
Okay.
Okay. When we get back upstairs, you can have 10 gold.
Which should give him the high agility and the blind sight to fly around here and look. That doesn't mean he's not going to draw attention to himself, but at the very least.
So
theoretically, a bat native to this environment.
Yeah, and he's going to be, since it's he can't see, it's echolocation, correct? Okay, so I can tell you what he echolocates, right?
Yeah.
So Sorry, go ahead.
basically he can see anything shapes. He might not be able to see colors, or
Right.
like if there was something like written down, he wouldn't be able to read what was written down or see beyond that, but he could see the shape of everything.
Sure. So, so you send him up, right? And he's gonna fly through the cavern to just see what he
Yeah,
finds.
just kind of see if he can find if there are any eggs in here.
Okay. As far
Save us.
back as he has to go, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be looking through his eyes while he's doing it too,
Okay.
just so I
So
can
I'll just
see
say
what he
you
sees.
see the shapes that he sees, or
Mhm.
whatever. So as he starts flying up, he zips by Femoria on the second stalagmite, and he sees what hanging from the roots above her head are these shapes that are almost like bats, but they're not hanging upside down. They're on top of roots. You would probably assume they're the same as those other birds that she just obliterated. And then he continues to fly. He ducks under some stalactites, and you see a shape that's really low to the ground. That's almost like a cutout near the floor, and you see what looks to be. You can't quite make it out, but it looks like a jumbled couple, like you don't know if it's rocks or what, but in this cutout in the floor, not the floor, but in the side of the wall, that if you were just standing up your normal height, you would not see down by the floor, about knee height. And he approaches another stalagmite that also appears to have an empty nest on it. This is the third one. And more of those bird shapes are up on the roots above that one. When he comes up over it, it looks like it's the end of the cavern. However, really low to the ground, there's stalactites that go all the way to the ground here. There is a small gap that you think all three of you could squeeze through, but you'd have to be really careful again because of the jagged rocks. Kraken flies under that. And as he does, he sees what looks to be like these rugs that are like swirled up around a couple stalactites at the ceiling. And then another nest on a really low stalagmite, or group of stalagmites, that does have what appear to be 22 egg shapes in them. And then a bunch of stalactites near that, and then a really large pointy stalagmite after it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's pretty much the whole cavern.
All right. I will, once I've gotten the good gist of it, I will just pocket dimension Kraken to have him out of harm's way.
Yep.
And then you said that right above her head was the shapes of those birds.
Yes, and they were actually moving at
Damn
this
it.
point.
Go ahead.
So roll initiative, by the way.
Sure.
So I'll tell you right now, on the failed rolls to climb, they are alerted. So technically they should have attacked already, but I didn't want to interrupt your idea.
Okay.
So
yeah, I got a 17 for my initiative.
okay.
It beats me by 1. I got a 16.
Okay.
Got a 6.
Perfect. And then I got, oh my gosh, a nat 20. All right. At least it was on that and not the attack roll, right? All right. So, I got to roll for how many there are. There's 3 this time. First one, 18 to hit. Second one, 22. Third one, 10. And that's it. I don't know why I rolled the 4th time. Okay. So, they swoop down. I think I said 2 hits. And as they do, Femoria, you feel these burrs get between your studded leather and embed themselves in you and start
Ow.
sucking. You feel this tremendous amount of pressure from where they got you. The first
Mosquito
one
birds.
is 5.
Birds?
And the second one is 4. So you take a total of 9 damage.
Okay.
So the first one did 5, and the second one did 4. All right, and then there's a third one. Okay. So that would then make it Garrick's turn.
Sleep.
Okay. What
19
level?
points.
19 points?
First level.
So as you cast sleep, they go limp in midair, and the ones that are on you, or the one goes limp in midair, and smacks the rocks and actually hits itself just right where it kills it. The other two go limp while they're sucking on your arm. However, they just kind of dangle there. They're no longer sucking, but they're still embedded in your arm.
That looks like it hurts.
And they're fat now,
does.
too, from the blood.
Is she up on the stalactite, or is she...
What was the question?
Is she up on the...
Yeah, she's up there. She's about, what did I say, 15 feet? 10 feet?
Well.
10 feet.
I'm going to say, you notice I didn't use fireball, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Because that could hurt you.
Look, it was an accident, and I've apologized.
So, Femoria, it is your turn, and you have these two stuck in your arm, by the way.
Well, okay, because I'm not totally sure how you do this. Would I be able to stab them with my rapier?
Yep, you won't even have to make a roll. I would assume
Okay.
you'd just, like, cut them off kind of thing.
Yeah, but I'd like to kill him if possible, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Instant death. It kills
Okay, I have 2 attacks, so I'm going to cut them both off.
them. Perfect. So you slice
It
them
kicks
off
them a
and
little.
then pull their burrs out, no problem. And they just smack the ground and blood kind of starts coming out of them. Yeah. So we're out of combat again. That was easy.
Those are unpleasant.
That looked quite painful.
Yeah, not nearly as painful as the exploding arrow, though, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Well,
You're still up, aren't you?
Barely.
I will make a note of that for future endeavors.
Like, I am more than half dead here.
To be fair, didn't the birds do more of that?
The birds did 9. So,
well,
yeah, it was
yeah.
about the same. It was only 10 from the arrow.
Hey, Garrick,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to reach into my pack and take out a potion of healing.
No, that's okay. I'd rather save the potions for desperation. I'll just rest up when we
Well, if you're
get a little
half
bit
dead,
further here.
if you're half dead, maybe you should hold on to it in case you get desperate.
So I'm going to go through and just I have potions of healing. So I'm
Okay.
going to go through
don't.
and describe to them exactly what I saw going
Okay.
through, trying to be specific on anything that I saw that was out of place or like you said I saw some things that looked like mounds of carpet, was it?
It looked like some of the stalactites from the ceiling. There's one there's a bunch of jagged ones that you can barely crawl under, and as you come up on the other side, it looked like 3 almost like rolled up rugs attached to a stalactite or 2 stalactites.
I'll tell them that especially stuff like that we're going to want to be careful.
Yeah.
That narrow passageway, we'll want to be careful. And anything else I saw that was essentially out of the ordinary, that we're going to want to be careful.
Probably the 22 eggs. The next stalagmite has more of those bird-shaped things at the ceiling.
Okay.
So there's 4 total stalagmites,
Mm-hmm.
like big mounds of them, like clustered together. The 4th one is the only one with eggs.
Okay. Well,
And then there was that cutout right here after this second one in the wall to the side.
Right, what does that look like?
You'd have to crawl down this other side. Now, because it's sloping down, this is a 15-foot drop. However, it's not that bad. This is where you can make an acrobatics check.
Okay. So where we know that next group of birds is at, is
Mhm.
it a place where she would possibly have a shot at them?
Actually, yes. This one does not. The third one is not blocked even from this second spot.
You want me to take them?
Yeah, let's just hit them from a distance.
Bursting arrow fire for effect.
Exactly. If I can see
How many
'em, I'll
times
go
can you
ahead
do
and-
that, by the way?
I can do it twice a short rest.
Okay. Yeah, you know roughly where they're at. What's the area of effect?
10 feet.
Okay.
And technically I have to aim at a creature.
Gotcha. So we can say that you definitely see at least one roughly where they're at.
I'm gonna get my short sword and my dagger out, considering the kind of small confines we're in, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna ready. If they come rushing at us, if any of them survive, I'm gonna be ready to.
So
fight them.
Renmer and Garrick, you're still before that next mound. You're about 10 feet underneath her and behind.
Yeah, I'm moving up.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up next to her.
Okay. So are you going to climb up?
Yeah, I'll climb up
Okay.
real quick.
Give me
Don't
athletics.
climb
then.
up.
Oh wait, you're right. Don't climb up. I'll wait.
Okay.
Don't climb up.
Okay.
We'd rather them not have
Oh.
a chance of hearing us or you getting injured.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot one of them from up here.
Yep. Okay.
It's another 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so whichever one I was aiming at takes. Sorry, new character.
They only have 2 hit points, by the way.
Oh, so that one, the one I'm aiming at, takes 10 damage,
Okay.
and then everything or all the creatures within 10 feet of it take 10 damage.
Okay. So you see about 9 of them just fall. And they fall into the empty nest perfectly on top of the next stalagmite.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm gonna jump down.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check.
All right, that is 22.
Okay. Yep. No problem. You get down really easily. You're like, oh, that's not bad. I don't know why I was being so careful getting down. Renmer and Garrick, you have a rope on your side. Who wants to go up first? Renmer, I'll say if you help Garrick, Garrick won't have to make a roll.
Yeah, then I'll definitely help.
He'll have the rope and you kind of supporting him. So Garrick, you get up there, no problem. Now Renmer just has to make the climb. So give me an athletics check.
With the rope?
Advantage. Yep, advantage.
Oh man, that wasn't great. I believe this is going to be a 13.
All right. You do make it up. And you will take 5 points of damage, though, as you kind of like, you're holding the rope and your metal foot slips because it doesn't get as good a grip. And your chest kind of hits one of the spikes really hard. And then you're like, oh, and like you barely are able to hang on, but you're able to still pull yourself up.
Ugh. Ow.
All right, now to get down the other side, you're going to have to make acrobatics checks.
All right. Can I bring the rope up and can this assist us at all?
Sure. It'll help you keep some balance, yeah.
All right. So you're just rolling straight acrobatics.
Acrobatics with advantage with the rope
Okay.
for both of you.
Ooh, that saved me from a natural 1. So 16 acrobatics.
Oh, yeah, you're able to walk down, no problem.
21.
Yep, both make it down perfect. As soon as you get down, Garrick's eyes lock onto this cutout on the side. And you're using the drift globe, right? Through this whole place?
Yeah.
You're able to lock eyes to the left, and you see the thing that looked like rocks or whatever in this cutout. It's clearly 2 bodies. They're just skin and bones. It's almost like they've been sucked dry. And it doesn't look like they have any gear, like no backpacks, no weapons, nothing. They're just 2 bodies laying there. You don't know how long they've been there, though.
I'll point them out to the others.
Okay.
Can I take a look at them? I mean, obviously they've been sucked dry, but like, can I look for?
Like search them?
No, like just to try to determine what happened to them. Were they carried here?
Okay.
What what killed them?
So it looks like they were killed by Sturges. However, it looks like they've been like their equipment's been taken. Like there's no
so
weapons.
They were searched afterwards.
Yeah, like they both seem to have like what all the stuff that was on their belt. Like there is a coin purse. There is a couple compartments on the belt. The coin purse looks empty.
Can I search for identification? Anything identifying them?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh yeah, I'm good at those. That's an
I'll
11 that goes down to a 10.
So go ahead, Garrick.
I was gonna say I can help with the investigation as well.
Yeah,
Why don't you do your own? Don't aid me. Do your own roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'm not the one that should be rolling this.
17.
So Renmer starts looking and he reaches into what looks like a pocket and feels paper and pulls it out. And as he pulls it out, he's like, I don't know why I'm searching. I bet you they have gold or something. And Garrick's like, gold? I got this. And he starts searching frantically. Like he even at one point reaches down one of their pants. Now, just on the side, he's like, no, I'm not finding. Garrick can't find anything. He's like, there's nothing. And Renmer's like, well, I did find this piece of paper. And when you hold this piece of paper up,
Is this important?
Garrick is looking at you, and who wants to read it?
Not me.
Yeah, I've learned not to read things unless I'm casting detect magic on them first.
Okay.
I'll read it. What language is it in?
It is in common.
Okay, I'll read it.
So Femoria
Not
grabs
out loud, like to myself.
So it
All watch
says
The Mummy, I see.
so basically, as you're reading it out loud,
I'm not reading it out loud. Not out loud.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. So the thing you discern from it is that this is a contract. Like as you're reading through it, you're like, oh, okay. Basically, these people were hired, and it says by Brutus. Brutus signed the bottom of it.
I have no idea who that is.
Right.
That's okay.
Do you tell us that? You read this?
It depends. Is there anything more to it? If it's just a contract signed by Brutus, then maybe.
No. Just basically, these guys they got a contract from Brutus that said that they would get paid 100 gold each to come and retrieve eggs.
Oh.
Let's not tell.
Brutus Blackbush was the person who was going to pay him.
Well, guys, apparently they got killed for trying to get the same eggs we were looking to get.
Well, hopefully with the
Who hired you guys?
the pie shop, not Brutus.
Okay.
We if I recall, Juce, we refused to work for Brutus.
Brutus had singled out Meek, I believe, and told her that any jobs done in Harvest Moon Meadows were his jobs.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
if
Trying to intimidate her, and we were kind of like,
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And told her that if she knew of any jobs, that she needed to tell him immediately.
And the pie shop said that they didn't want to hire Brutus for some reason.
Yep. Now, these bodies, I did forget to mention, they are also both halflings.
Okay. We are not working for Brutus. We are assisting a pie shop.
Okay.
Brutus is exploitive and is not a nice person.
I believe these two bodies might agree with you.
According to the pie shop, who didn't want to pay us. So, we'll pay us in pie.
Well, hang on. So, just so we got this clear, the pie shop never said anything about pay at all. There was no money discussed, as far as I remember.
Well, you know,
I thought there was discussion of, hey, if you get us some eggs, we can get you more pie.
Yes, that's what was said by Scotty. So but Renmer, when he got back to you, said, yeah, they're going to pay us in pie. Renmer never tried to talk about gold with him. But Garrick...
I didn't mention that, though.
Right. So, Garrick, you had made the assumptions that Renmer had tried and
Had failed.
there was no money there. Yeah.
This is accurate?
That's the accurate account.
If I'm remembering correctly, like Redmore just didn't want to like charge the money because that seems shady, and then it was like just to Garrick like, yeah, we're getting paid in pie because
Right. And you love
let
the
me
pie. It was the best
negotiate.
thing ever.
Yeah.
And it gives you
All right.
advantage when you eat it for the rest of the day. Not for the rest of the day,
Right.
but the next
Oh, my
time you
goodness.
use it.
Do we have any more of this pie?
I think you bought 4, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought like a bunch. Hold on. I am going in and checking my inventory.
And just gonna give her bite. This is what we're fighting for.
It inspired you. The pie was inspiring. All right, so this third stalagmite, as you guys are looking at it, it doesn't look as bad either. It's about 7 feet tall.
Could we walk around it?
No. So the way it's like this cavern is really like up and down as it slopes down, and there's so many like pretty much everywhere. Like even on what you would deem flat is the ground is pretty uneven, and the whole cavern is kind of like this.
Is that the one that I saw the giant woolly mass behind?
Woolly mask.
Yeah, didn't you say there was like a giant ball?
No,
of
this is the
carpet
one
or
where you
something?
just shot the birds out of. This third one.
Oh, okay.
We just cleared this one out.
Yeah, so this one you just have to climb, and then right when you get past it, there's a bunch of stalactites that almost go completely to the floor, and that's where you can kind of squeeze up under.
Okay.
Okay, well, whose turn is it to go up this one first?
I will go first. Give me a
How
hand.
about
Give you a
athletics?
leg up.
All right. Ooh, yes.
With advantage.
That is a 26.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
dude, you ace this one. You're like, look, this is how it's done, and you just easily get up there.
Yeah. So I'm using the regular foot in the hand and launch up and like boot the metal foot in to make the first foothold.
Okay.
And work my way up, drop the rope down.
Okay.
And
So
the eggs are up here, right?
So while this one looks easier, the sharpness does look a little like it's even more pointy than before, just so you know.
Be wary. It appears to be more dangerous than the previous ones.
So who's next?
If we've got a rope, then I will go ahead and go next.
All right, let's athletics this bad boy.
All right, with advantage, right?
Yep.
That's a 21. That's not too bad.
Oh yeah, you ace it too.
Okay, guess that leaves me. It's 16.
You get up at no problem. So again, this one was easier to get up than the other ones. You don't hurt yourself. You don't make any noise. You guys stealthily get up and no problem. The way down almost is like steps after this one, so you don't even have to make a check. But now to get to the next part, you do have to crawl through some really small openings.
Okay.
So give me.
I was just going to say at this point, I'd kind of like to do the same thing where I kind of send Kraken through just to make sure that there's not going to be any nasty surprises on the other side.
Okay, he did go through here before.
Right. But just check it again. Just kind of like let Kraken out and just say, hey, just go through the other side and keep an eye out, right on the other side of this. So as we're squeezing through, like if we're caught in a compromising situation,
Gotcha.
Kraken can at least give us an idea of what's coming up to us.
Okay.
I have never been caught in a compromising situation. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then you've never had fun.
So do you put the drift globe through first?
No, I just send Kraken through because he doesn't need it.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks exactly the same as before.
Okay. And then
nothing changed. No new threats appear.
Redmore's gonna pull out his
I'll-
dagger and crawl through tunnel rat style.
No.
Well, I was going to say they should probably go through first because they don't need light. Because I need light, then I should probably be the last one through.
Okay. Renmer's going first.
No.
I heard yes and no. Renmer did say it first. So Renmer, give me a dex save as you crawl through.
A dex save?
Yeah.
Oh, outstanding.
Yeah,
It's
He's
mostly
good
to
at
just
those.
crawl through.
I rolled a
With-
7. Which
with
my
absolutely
modifier-
no range on the other side.
With my modifier, that brings me to a 7.
Okay, give me a con save.
Oh, a con save I can do.
Yeah, he's good at those.
I rolled a 3, which brings me to an 8.
So, okay. So, Renmer, as you're crawling through,
Did you just get stuck in the hole?
no, but he definitely cut himself.
Did I
taking
Winnie-the-Pooh it?
6 points of damage. And, like, you were at a point where you couldn't go back and you couldn't go forward without continuing to cut yourself.
Yeah.
And so you, like, let out this, "Ugh!" as you pull yourself out, as it slices down your stomach. As you do this, you're the only one through to the other side. You see 3 things that fall from the ceiling, one at a time. They look like almost like manta rays or something. Like they're these big smothering things that come down on you.
Renmore's so done with this shit now. He's going to throw where is it? Where are my cantrips at? A sacred flame at one of them.
Okay. I'll let you do that.
It needs to make a dex saving throw.
But where is it? Is it able to do what I think it does? Hang on. Okay, I guess it's gonna bite you.
Okay. Is it melee with me, or is it still up by the
Okay,
ceiling?
yeah, so it's gotta bite you. So the first thing that you did scratched you. So it gets a surprise on you because you were like on your back
Oh, okay.
as it falls down. And I'll say you get up.
Is
But
this
it's
in the
full-
tunnel,
no, it's
or is
not.
this in the opening past it?
It's right as you came past the stalactites and like, right? So
Okay,
you kind of
okay,
start
so-
standing up and this thing falls on you, attacking you, biting you. But if it succeeded. That's a 25.
Yeah, it hits.
So as it bites you, it wraps its large wings around you. Like it's shaped kind of like a triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it starts wrapping you up to smother you. You take 12 damage. And you're blinded. You're unable to breathe while it's attached. And you can next turn, on your turn, try to make a strength check of DC 16.
Okay.
So if you make it, you're able to free yourself.
All right. Sounds good.
Figure out, do me a favor, look up in the player's handbook how long you can survive without breathing.
I believe it's your Constitution modifier rounds.
Okay.
I think so. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, find that out. Now, the other two, because the other one wrapped around you, the other two just fell to the floor. You kind of saw it before it closed up on you, and they're flat on the floor. Femoria and Garrick, you heard him go, "Ugh," and then he went silent as he stood up. Femoria, you're next.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do we have initiative or no?
Yeah, you can roll initiative right now. I'll roll initiative too. I rolled a 17.
I got a 19.
20.
6.
20, 19, 6.
All right. 1 plus your Constitution modifier. And then that's how long you can hold your breath. And then when you run out of breath, you have equal to your Constitution modifier. And then you drop to 0 hit points and start dying.
That won't be
Okay.
a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
These are tough, by the way.
So am I
Just so
holding
you-
my breath, or am I like...
I can say you're holding your breath to start out.
I'm cool with it. It caught me by surprise and I didn't have time to. Then I'm just suffocating.
Right. Yeah, and you're blinded, obviously. Like, all you can do on your turn is try to get out of it with the DC.
Yeah, I got 2 rounds. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't have any problem.
Yeah.
All right, Femoria. Or I'm sorry, Garrick. Are you letting Femoria get through the hole first?
She can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and cast a spell on Renmer.
Okay. You don't know what happened to him. From
Well,
the other side.
I've got Kraken there. That was the whole idea.
Gotcha.
Kraken,
Yep.
You can
That's
see
Kraken
true.
was the
through.
lookout.
That's true.
So
Now,
I can
what spell?
I can enlarge, reduce.
Ooh.
You're going to have a hard time smothering him if he's 12 feet tall.
Okay. Do you have to have line of sight on that though, from your vantage point to do it?
I can cast through Kraken's eyes. So
Okay.
that's the whole idea of letting them go through first. I can watch through Kraken on the other side.
Okay.
So as long as he's within 30 feet, then I can just cast it on him.
Okay. So how large does that make him?
So
you know-
Twice my
it
size.
won't make him so large that he injures himself, but it will make him as large as he can to fit the area up to twice his size. And then
Okay.
it grants him advantage on strength saving throws, and all of his attacks do an extra D4 of damage.
So here's what I'm going to do, because the ceiling on this side is about 10 feet tall, right? So twice his size is probably like 12, 13 feet, right?
Right.
I'm going to roll to see if the cloaker holds on, takes damage, or lets go.
Okay.
Okay, so the cloaker's going to let go as Renmer grows to about 9 feet. The cloaker felt like it was being stretched and it like flies back a little bit. And so Femoria, give me your deck save to come through the hole. And you can see as you're crawling under this, you see this large cloaker let go of Renmer.
That's a 19 duck save.
Oh yeah, you're through, no problem.
Okay.
And Renmer is now much bigger than you remember.
Much bigger.
Oh yeah, like 3 feet taller.
All right. Do I see anything that looks hostile in here to shoot?
The cloaker that just let go of Renmer looks pretty hostile. The other two are on the floor. They look a little more, like, a little less conspicuous.
I'll shoot the one that let go of Renmore and is flying around then.
Okay.
All right. First hit is 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
10 damage.
All right. You hit it.
Gonna shoot it again.
Okay.
It's only a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's 13 damage.
Not bad. So you hit it with these two arrows that pierce right through it and come out the other side. However, it still looks pretty strong as it's kind of floating back towards the ground. It's almost like it's gliding, right? Like just, flying but gliding backwards.
If possible, I'd like to action surge and shoot it 2 more times.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. It's a 22 to hit.
Yep.
6 damage.
Okay.
And, ooh, that's only a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, score. It's 7 damage.
All right. So again, these arrows pierce through it. He's got 4 tiny pinholes through it, right? But he looks like he's still pretty strong. And a little bit of blood kind of starts trickling out. But yeah, he's still strong. Now it is their turn. So all of a sudden, you see it kind of wriggle in the air and come right back at you. This one does.
Did it go by me to get at her?
She's right next to you.
Okay.
So you didn't really step too far on the other side of the
Yeah.
hole. I'll let you take a attack of opportunity though, because of how big you are. I'll say that,
What's the bonus for enlarge reduce, Paul?
Add a D4 to your damage.
I add D4 to my damage. All right.
And advantage on all strength saves. Or strength checks.
Rolling like garbage tonight. This is with my dagger because I said my dagger was out, right?
Okay.
So that's gonna be 15 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
All right, so this is going to be 7 damage.
All right. So when you cut it, you feel like its skin is actually really tough.
Mhm.
You said 7 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a magical dagger if it matters for anything.
Okay. So its skin feels pretty tough. You do hit it and cut it.
That was 7 with your extra D4, right?
Oh, no, it was not.
Oh, okay. Go
That is
ahead.
10 with the extra D4.
There
Okay,
you go.
perfect. That's better math. I like it anyway. All right. So you again, same thing. You cut through it a little bit, but it's tough skin. You don't think you did a ton of damage to it, but you hurt it, and he's starting to. You can see that like you got its attention as it was going to attack her, so it's actually going to be at disadvantage because you hit it on the way, which is good. So it misses. Now the other two are going to lock onto you, Renmer. They're going to come at you and try to. They can't wrap around all of you, but they're going to try and tie up your arms each. So
All
they
right.
both kind of lunge at you. Because, I mean, these aren't dumb creatures. Their intelligence is a 13. So they will act accordingly. The 16 misses, right?
16 just misses.
All right, so the first one misses. Second one is an 18. So
That
it
just
will
hits.
wrap around your arm, and it'll bite and start squeezing for 12 points of damage on your arm.
12
Now, we'll
points
say
of
that's
damage.
your dagger arm.
All right, so my off arm.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was their turn. And now we are to Renmer.
So does my dagger arm not able to be used?
I will say you're at disadvantage.
Okay, well.
Unless
so
you
my
want to
front-
try to use a strength check to break it free, but that's going to be an action.
Nah, it's all right. I'm gonna pull my short sword out
Okay.
with my good hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stab the one that's trying to hold my arm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the attack.
All right. That is over a 20 to hit.
Okay, so you hit. Now, here's the thing. These have an ability called damage transfer. While attached to a creature, the cloaker will only take half the damage dealt to it, rounded down, and you are going to take the other half as you stab it.
All right. That's fine. Totally fine. That's gonna be 10 damage. So I take 5 and it takes 5.
Okay, and that's with your D4?
Yes.
Okay, yep, so 5 and 5.
All right. I'm going to use my bonus action to take a second wind.
Okay.
And I'm going to regain 12 hit points.
Okay.
And then I'm going to action surge to get this thing off me.
Okay. Give me a strength check. Beat a DC 16.
All right. Advantage because of being enlarged. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a 22.
All right, yep. So you're able to break it off of your arm and throw it away.
All right.
Okay. It is now up to the top. It's Garrick. So, Garrick, are you climbing through or are you staying where you're at?
I'm going to stay where I'm at. The
Okay.
cloaker that originally attacked and was the most wounded,
Yep.
give it a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
Crit fail. Roll double damage dice. I know that's not how it works, but let's do it. I'm assuming it's Toll the Dead.
Yep, 29 points of damage.
Oh, so close, my friend.
20 the first time, 9 the second.
Gotcha. Very close, but he's still alive.
Okay. Yep, and I'll just keep an eye out and look for. I'm gonna just keep going after the most wounded. So
Okay. Femoria, you see the cloaker that you put a bunch of arrows through starts like vibrating in air and like starts closing up. And as it does it, it stops flying and kind of drops to the ground, but like lifts itself up a little bit off the ground and is still looking at you.
Well, then I'll shoot it again.
Okay. This one is 5 feet away, just so you know. So it is disadvantage.
Okay.
You have inspiration from the pie.
I didn't eat pie.
Oh, I thought you ate a piece of it.
No, nobody showed me pie.
Okay.
Okay. It's 23 to hit still.
Yep, hits.
Yeah, I rolled really well. Okay. 7 damage.
Okay, it is dead. So that one goes limp. And your arrow's just kind of sitting there into the ground.
I'll come back for those. Okay. I'm going to turn around and shoot the next most wounded one, assuming it's no longer on run more.
Yes, that's the one that he pulled off his arm.
I'll shoot that one next.
Okay.
It's 29 to hit.
Damn. Yeah. How'd you do 29? Jeez.
19 plus 10.
Oh, that would do it.
You can stack some stuff for archers. It gets nuts.
That's crazy.
This is without any magical stuff. All right. That's 12 damage.
Okay.
That's I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to take my second wind as well. Because
Okay.
I've taken some damage. So.
All right.
That's it.
It is now their turn. So the one you just shot, he kind of looks up at Renmer and you, and he lets out this guttural moan. Every creature within 60 feet that can hear this moan and that isn't an aberration must succeed on a DC 13 wisdom save or become frightened until the end of its next turn.
I'm going to drop the inspiration I'm still carrying around from like forever ago to give advantage on this.
Okay.
Oh my
what-
god, I still fail.
Sorry, what type of save was it?
Wisdom save.
Okay.
How'd you do, Femoria and Garrick? You both make it?
I got a 16.
Okay, cool. So Renmer,
I-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a 10 unless I do inspiration.
Are you doing inspiration?
Sure, let's do inspiration. Why not?
Okay.
There we go. 18. That's a lot better.
Okay. So Garrick, you feel like right away you're like, oh my gosh, this sound is terrifying. Like, and you're seeing it through your Kraken's eyes, right? Which you need to make the save for Kraken as well. But as you're doing this, you're like, we're doing this over pie. Like you had this urge to just run and leave your friend. But then you're like, I can't do that. He's my muscle. And so you stick around.
Correct. Kraken as well got an 18.
Okay, good. He's good. All right, so the other one that's still alive is going to attack Renmer. Something I messed up on. Apparently they do 2 attacks. I didn't realize that till now. So they do the tail and then the bite. So the tail first. That's going to miss.
The post.
That's the bite. Okay, go ahead and attack.
All right. That is going to be with my short sword. I believe that's a 16. Let me flip back to the page. That's an 18.
Yep, that hits.
All right.
Don't forget your D4.
That's going to be 10 damage.
Okay,
With your
so he's
D4.
hurt.
Oh, with the D4. Thank you. 1 more point of damage on that.
All right, so both of them have been injured, just so Garrick knows at this point. And that was their turn. The one that moaned is going to try to move back. Now, if you're frightened, can you still do... Oh, no, you used your reaction. Didn't you? He's not going to move back. He's going to try and go towards Femoria. So both of them are around Femoria, but they're not attacking you. Because they've used their actions this turn. And it is now Renmer's turn.
So frightened means I cannot move towards it. I cannot willingly move towards it.
Correct, but one was within your range still.
Yeah, and the one I have the source of fear I'm afraid of. I'm going to reach into my pack and pull out a page from a prayer book that I found.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach out towards Femoria, saying a quick prayer to Tyr, and say, "Fear not, for Tyr shall protect you." And I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on her.
Okay.
So you now have a +2 to your armor class.
Nice.
And that's my bonus action. I'm going to swipe at the one if it's in range that didn't fear me. Or actually, which one's in range of me?
The first one that was engaged with her.
So the one that did or didn't moan.
Not the one that moaned.
All right, I'm going to swipe at I can't move closer to it, so I'm going to swipe at the one that is in range.
Either way, you'd be afraid of both of them because they're the same type of creature, though.
Okay.
But you can attack it.
All right, then I will take a disadvantage on this roll with my short sword. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Hits.
And that is going to be, that's a good roll on the D4. My short sword, that's going to be 13 points of damage.
Nice. All right, so you hit it pretty good. It's still going strong.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it is now Garrick's turn again.
Okay. The one that looks the most wounded, it is not.
Probably the one that
grappled.
Renmer just hit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. DC 16.
Okay. I rolled a 15 on the die. Wisdom, you said?
Yep.
So that's 16 exact. So match is a save?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a save, so no damage.
Okay. Okay. It is now Fomoria's turn.
Okay, and there's one on me.
There's two that are around you. So you could attack the one that Renmer just hit or the one that you shot previously.
All right, and they're both engaged with me.
Yeah, they're both within 5 feet.
All right, well, I'm out of magic arrows anyway, so I'm going to switch out to my rapier and dual-wielded dagger.
Ooh, okay.
Because I don't want to keep taking disadvantage with the bow.
You have two attacks per turn, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
and then
so
I'll
the
have
bonus is just one, just so you know.
Yeah, so I'll have 2 rapier attacks and then 1 dagger attack.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and if they're both on me, whatever one Renmore's hitting, let's go ahead and focus fire on this.
Beautiful.
First rapier attack is only a 13.
Barely misses.
Okay. Let's do the second rapier attack. Is a 26.
Hits.
That's 9 damage.
Okay.
And then the dagger attack is a dirty 20.
Hits.
Okay. That's going to be a measly 1 point of damage.
Oh, and you don't have dual or whatever.
No, I don't, because that's how I got the extra bonus on the archer.
Right. I gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you heard him. He's getting bloody. He's not quite there yet. It is now their turn. So
I'm really not supposed to hit people with the dagger. That's
so it's going to bite attack and tail whip you first and then bite attack.
Wait.
It got to go before you, Renmore.
Yep, you're last, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had a turn.
So,
Sorry, we went through it really quick, and I was like, wait a second. So I have my reaction back again.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
17 plus 6, 23 hits with the tail. That's 1d8 plus 3 for 11 points of damage.
On who?
Her.
Okay.
So
Wait, did you add the +2 to her armor class from?
Yep.
I got a 19 with the shield of faith.
It was a 20 something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was a 17 on the die.
Damage.
Plus 6. So 23. So yeah,
How much
11
damage did you
11
say?
damage.
11. Okay.
From the tail. The bite misses though. That was from the first cloaker. The second cloaker is going to do the same thing.
Okay.
The tail is 20 exact. The other one's going to miss.
Okay.
The tail does 5 damage.
Okay.
And that was their turn. We are now to Renmer.
All right. Do I save at the end of my turn against fear?
Oh, actually, so you make target has advantage on oh no, it's lifted. So it's the end of their turn, it's lifted. So you're good now. You're no
Okay.
longer afraid.
Then I'm gonna move in so I can hit both of them, like in between them.
Okay.
So I can't use tripping or disarming attack on these guys, right?
Correct, they're flying.
Okay. So then I might drop one of them anyway just for the extra damage and just no effect.
Okay.
But I'm going to take a swipe at the more wounded looking one.
Okay, that's the one you hit before, probably. That she just hit too.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Hits.
And then I'm going to make this, in theory, a disarming attack. I'm going to try to cut its tail off.
Okay.
So I get to add a D8 to the damage.
Okay.
So that is really garbage rolling because
Remember the D4.
Oh, I rolled it. I rolled the same number on my D4 and my D8.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So it's 5 plus 8 is 13 damage.
Okay.
If you want to make a check for it to see.
I did. I rolled and you definitely slice its tail right off.
All right. So
Nice.
tail comes off.
So no tail attack anymore.
Oh man, I've been forgetting my second attack this whole fight.
I hate when that happens.
So first of all, dagger's coming in.
Okay.
Natural 20 on the dagger.
Nice.
Nice.
So all dice damage, including the extra D4. So this is going to be 4D4. So give me. So
that's magic missile territory now.
3, 7 total, 10 total, 10 total, 12 plus 6. So that's going to be 18 damage.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm going to make this, I'm going to drop my
Hang
last.
on, I got to get a calculator. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to drop my last superiority dice on this to make this also a disarming attack so I can roll 2D8 also.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on the first one and a 1 on the second one, another 2 damage.
Okay.
But it needs to make a DC 15 strength saving throw or I'll cut its tail off too.
Oh, it's on the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, this was on the same one, so never mind.
He doesn't have a tail.
Yeah, never mind. He doesn't have a tail anymore. I just wanted that extra 2 damage.
You sure you want to do that and not something else then?
I already did it, so.
Okay.
And then
well, he would have failed the strength check, so
and
I rolled a 1.
Did you add your D4 to that too?
I did.
Wow.
That's why
That one looks rough, by the way.
I'm going to do my last primary hand attack now. That's a 19 on the dice, so there are my other rolls.
There you go.
There's I rolled a 1 on damage again. So that's 6 damage.
On the same one?
Add your D4.
Add my D4. All right, ready?
Did you roll a 4?
Rolled a 1.
So it's still alive. You could have dropped it, though. That one's barely hanging on. All right, it is Renmer's turn. Or not Renmer, but Garrick's turn.
Let's go ahead and drop that one then.
Okay.
DC 16 wisdom save.
Does not make it. You want me to just say he's dead?
I mean, there's a chance it could be 2 points of damage, so might as well
No,
at least.
it's dead then.
13. Oh, oh man.
He had 2 hit points.
13 points. Well, there we go.
So that's why I was hoping Renmer would roll the 4.
Yep.
Okay, so there's one left. It is Fomoria's turn.
Well, I'll hit it with my rapier, assuming it's still on top of me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do this again.
It's kind of cowering all of a sudden, you notice.
Yeah, it bit me. I don't feel bad for it. I'm going to stab the out of this thing.
All right.
Use your exploding arrow on it. Oh, wait, no, that's just
I'm
me.
out of those. I have to sit down and have lunch and take a nap.
Now that sounds like a plan.
I need tea and a massage, and then I can have exploding arrows again.
Wait, you get massages?
I do.
Oh, wait, that
Did you
changes
miss? I'm
things.
sorry.
No, I hit.
Oh, you hit? All right,
We're
what
like
did
in
you
the
get?
middle of this fight, and she's like says T, and Remor's
Yeah, I
like,
got distracted by
I
massages
miss
and stuff.
Eva.
No, I hit. I can give you the number, but it was a 17 on the dice.
Oh, no, you're good. You hit.
That is 7 damage.
All right. And then your second attack?
It's 19 on the dice.
Hit.
And that's 8 damage. And then with my really, really embarrassing tiny dagger, that is 22 to hit.
Okay.
And it does 2 damage.
All right. So he's bloodied. Okay. So, that is now their turn. So this one disengages, and it's going to fly as far away from all of you as it can and like try to hide up in the ceiling as best it can. It does break line of sight, so I will make a stealth roll. Is that enough to be hidden? Okay. Do me a favor, because you saw it go. Everyone do a perception check. If you do not get a 19 or higher, you do not see it.
I mean,
18.
I have a passive perception higher than that, but I can roll it still.
Yeah, roll it because you're seeing through the eyes of something else. I don't know.
21.
All right. How about Renmer and Femoria?
Do you even have to ask what I rolled?
Nah, you're good. I know. Under a 19?
Well, under a 19.
I
Okay.
was 1 short. I had an 18.
So you guys see this cloaker like fly up into the ceiling about 40 feet away, and you can't see it anymore. And it's Renmer's turn. Assuming you're not going to do anything about that then.
Just like as a quick lore point for your world, are cloakers like inherently considered to be evil, or is it just an animal trying to get a meal?
You would ask me that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Gosh. They're not evil.
All right.
They're just like animals.
Renmore's gonna sheathe his blades and just turn to everyone and be like, "Is everyone all right?
Can we leave now?
Do we have eggs?"
I believe they're right over there.
You can see there's a bundle of eggs on top of this last stalagmite.
Then let's grab them and go.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my bow back out and keep a lookout for anything to dive down. I'm assuming Redmore will grab eggs.
So you're
Yeah,
like
I'll grab
targeting
eggs.
the ceiling kind of with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did get a 21 on that perception roll, so I'd be aware of where it's at, correct?
Yes, you are aware of it. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use minor illusion and just point an arrow directly at where the cloaker's at.
Okay.
So if there's any doubt into anyone's mind as to where it's at, it's not going to
So
be able
you
to like,
guys
sneak up on
see
us.
an arrow similar to Femoria's, literally like showing you a stalactite as it like fake hits it.
I'm going to take that as a sign and shoot it.
Okay. It is your turn, so you could do that.
It
Roll the
bit
hit.
me. It really hurt.
It's just looking for well, never mind.
It's 10 to hit.
10 to hit. So you missed that stalactite. You hit one next to it.
Oh, man.
You still don't see it because it has not been harmed or anything. So you guys still can't see it at all.
Even with him pointing it out?
Nope. Because it's a illusion, so it's not actually doing it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That can attack.
Yeah, I might as well. Second
Your passive
attack.
perception is still too low, I think. Wasn't it a 13 or a 14 for you?
Yeah, my passive perception's only a 14.
So yeah, so I would say it still wouldn't be good enough, and we already know Renmer can't see it.
All
So
right.
I don't
well,
get it.
Eggs in the thing.
if I'm clearly not shooting it even with the arrow, I'll walk around the room and pick up my arrows and such. And
Okay.
I
You-
mean, I really am only shooting it for spite at this point.
right, and your arrows are all like real close to where you were anyway, because they weren't that far away from you. Now Renmer, as you go over to the nest, and you start grabbing some of the eggs, you don't see this, but Garrick sees the stalagmite that was really pointy behind it. All of a sudden, an eye appears, and you see tentacles go shooting out at Renmer.
Fuck.
Boy.
Grasping tendrils. 6 of them.
These are
I'm sorry,
bad
4 of them.
news.
4 of them coming at you. I'm gonna roll.
That's how he lost his foot. Grasping tendrils. Not good.
22 hits,
Yep.
a 21 hits, and a 22
I don't have the health
hits.
for this, guys.
So there's 3 that hit you. Oh my goodness.
So I'll need to run away. Get the eggs and run away.
Well, here's the good thing. You're just grappled.
and you have advantage on that strength check to get out of grapples.
This is true.
So the target is grappled when you're hit. So until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and has disadvantage on strength checks. So no disadvantage or no advantage. It's a wash on this. And it can't use the same tendril on another target. So it hit you with 3 of those. So you're grappled by 3 tendril. It can do up to 6. So it has 3 that it can still use. It pulls each creature grappled by it up to 25 feet straight toward it. So he is able to pull you up to him. However, he can't do anything else this turn. So
what's grappling onto him?
or I'm sorry, he could bite. 3 tendrils grappled Renmer and started pulling him. So it says on a hit they are grappled. There's no.
Is it
save.
able to pull something that's
Yep.
like
multi-attack? Roper
what I'm
uses.
talking about the weight, because he weighs like 800 pounds now.
It's technically an 18 strength. So I don't know. I don't know.
I would assume so. If it's grabbing me, it can probably eat me.
Yeah, it's got 3 tendrils on him. He's gonna get to make a save on the next turn.
Mhm.
He's also real tall. It's not like he's lifting him up, just pulling him towards him.
Yeah, and it was kind of surprised because he's you can't see him at all. No matter what, like even you couldn't see him technically, Garrick,
Gotcha.
because of his false appearance. He's completely indistinguishable from a normal cave formation. So, technically, it says he can bite. I'm gonna say he's not biting this turn, just so you know. So he's pulling you down from this nest as you grabbed just 2 eggs. You drop the eggs; they don't break, and you get pulled towards him. And you're right at this. You see the mouth open, and I'm gonna keep your guys' initiative.
Oh, good.
It's okay. I rolled really poorly. I'm literally just. It's probably for the better. I rolled a 9, so I guess it doesn't change anything.
So you're saying do I get to make a save at the end of my turn, or do I have to use an action to make a save?
So it says here, on a hit, the target is grappled. Escape DC is 15.
Okay.
Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and has disadvantage on strength saves and strength checks. The roper can't use the same tendril on another attack. So you could, in theory, you could stay grappled, but that's not smart because he can bite you then.
Yeah. I just wanted to plan out my turn. So
Gotcha. Yep. No problem. All right. It is now Garrick's turn.
Jeez. Okay. So this thing has him.
Yes.
Is it to the point where I could? Is it like within 100 feet and I could just take a firebolt shot at it?
Yeah, it's 45 feet away from. It's actually about 50 feet away from you.
Okay. Let's go ahead and.
It's a 45-foot deep cavern on the other side of the crawl.
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw a firebolt at it to get it wounded to start.
Okay. And that's from Kraken's eyes or something.
If I can see it through Kraken, then yeah, I can go ahead and just attack it.
Yep. Okay.
So that is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And that's 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. All right. You definitely hit it. All right. Next is Femoria.
Okay. How many of these stupid eggs do we need?
You asking me or them?
Them. Somebody. Anybody.
Just
Can
a
they
few.
answer me this turn?
Just a few. Just
All right. I want to spend my turn soft bowling eggs through the hole until I get like 4 or 5 of them out of it.
You can do 6. I'll say 1 for every second. However, you're going to have to make a just a straight dex. Well, I wouldn't even say dex. Yeah, just straight dex, no proficiency.
Okay.
To roll it through the hole. And I'm going to say it's pretty hard because it's, again, the ground's not even.
Okay.
And to try and get it through the hole, I'm saying DC 18. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go DC 20.
That's hard. Okay.
Wow.
I like the idea, though.
Yeah. Well, if I'm trying to get a 20, I'm not sure I'm going to get it. That was an 8.
First one misses.
That was a 13.
Misses.
That one's going to get it with a 22.
Okay, third one makes it.
The next one's going to get it with a 21.
Okay.
How many is that?
You got one more.
The last one's a dirty 20.
Okay, so 3 make it, 3 don't. What happens to the 3 that don't? First one smashes. Second one smashes. So you smash 3, you get 3 that actually roll right up to Garrick's foot. So Garrick, you see 3 eggs come through the hole.
No, I don't.
He's not looking. He's looking through the...
I'm looking through Kraken's eyes, so...
All right, you feel him hit your foot.
All right, and then I'm going to assume that Redmore is able to run out on
Possibly.
his turn, and I'm going to try to... Can I squeeze through on my move action, or is that a full action?
How many feet is that? No, because you had to move up to get to that, and then
Okay.
it's 25 feet back to the hole.
I'll wait then.
Are you going to try and start moving back, though, towards the hole?
Yeah, I'll try to move back towards the hole so that I'm ready to go through.
It is now the Roper's turn. His tendrils can go 50 feet.
Okay.
So he got fire bolted by Kraken. So he's going to latch a tendril on Kraken first. What's Kraken's AC?
It's only 12.
All right, so he latches onto Kraken. He
Did
pulls
the firebolt
Kraken.
come from Kraken, or was Kraken just sighting it?
Yeah, Kraken is just like Kraken's just a bat on a wall watching. I'm actually throwing the fireball.
Oh, so how are you doing that through the hole then?
That's why I asked if I could get access to it through the hole. If I can just
Gotcha. So you're like
if
laying
I could-
on your
if I-
stomach, throwing it through the hole?
Yeah, that's basically it. I'm just crouched
Gotcha.
down and chucking a firebolt through where Kraken's seeing it.
Gotcha. Technically, you're within. All right. All right. So he would. All right. So he had disadvantage. He was trying to latch his first tendril on you.
Okay.
He misses the hole. His second and third tendril are going at Femoria. 13 plus 7, 20.
That
So he
hits.
latches onto Femoria and pulls her right next to Renmer. And Renmer now is going to get bit. 12 plus 7, 19. How
Just
many hit
hits.
points do you have? I'm just curious.
I have 23.
Okay. 16. You lost 20 hit points as these teeth open up and come down on your shoulder, on your off arm again. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time with you. He's not going to bite Femoria yet. So yeah. And actually, it looks like he can only pull 25 feet. So he can't pull Femoria all the way there anyway. So that was his turn. We are to Renmer.
All right, I'm going to try to break the grapple.
Okay.
So just a straight strength check?
DC 15. Yep, straight
With
check.
advantage.
It's
I
not
don't
with
have
advantage
advantage.
because he imposes
No,
disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. 15
It's a
exactly.
All right, so you break
Strength
free.
check, not a saving throw, correct?
Yeah, it's no, you would do it either
Well,
or. It doesn't matter. You made it.
I made it either way.
So now, what do you want to do? That was your
That's
action,
my
but
action.
you can move.
I'm going to move away from it. I'm going to move the full 30 feet, which
Okay.
would put me where?
So it's a 45-foot deep cavern, so you can get 15 feet away from the hole in the wall.
Okay, so I can. Okay.
Is there anything you can do with your bonus?
Shield of Faith is not up anymore because I think that only has a 1 minute. Oh, no, it's up to 10 minutes.
Oh, so that would have given her a bonus AC, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What would that to 19 though, right?
19,
I think I
it's
hit
still-
19 anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I still
I
have
also
it up.
wasn't rolling concentration since I got hit, so I'm going to
Gotcha.
cast it again.
Okay. On yourself?
No, on her.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna say another prayer to Tyr,
Okay.
and like crinkle the page and like throw the particles at her and watch them like swirl about her and form like a shimmering shield.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull my two swords out and get ready to fight.
All right. Sounds good.
One.
It's now Garrick's turn.
All right. How far away would you say that
50 feet.
it's about 50 feet?
Yeah. Cavern is 45 feet deep. However,
There's a gap
with
between
you being on the other side of the
Memoria
hole.
and the creature.
All right. Can
And I
I
have the hit points. Hit it.
what do I need to do to move in? Well,
Just make a deck save as you crawl through.
could I possibly target it and the cloaker with the fireball without hitting my allies?
Not without hitting your allies. You will hit Femoria. And you will hit Kraken.
Femoria.
So, but it hasn't pulled her in yet, though, right?
She's right next to him.
I thought she had.
It could only move me 25 feet.
Yes. Which by the movement, I mean you're really close. You're within like 15.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
And
fine.
he's
Hit me.
at the back of the cavern.
Okay. Then let's do this. Let's.
Here's my drawing, in case you're curious. I don't know if you can see that.
I got you. Okay. Let's do this then. Let's just go ahead and drop the concentration on enlarge on Renmer
Okay.
and cast reduce on it.
Oh.
DC 16 con save.
You're targeting a strong stat for him. 14 does not make it. So he shrinks, and as he shrinks, he lets go of Femoria.
So yeah, it's all of its dimensions are 1/8.
1/8?
So 1/8. Yep. So if it could reach somebody 50 feet away now, it can reach somebody like 6 feet away.
Okay. How about its damage and things like that?
Its damage is reduced. It has disadvantage on all strength checks, all strength saving throws, and its damage is reduced by 1d4. And all dimensions are reduced by 1/8. Oh, sorry. The size is halved. So I'm sorry, the size is halved. The weight is reduced to 1/8. Sorry, so
Okay.
not 1/8. So if it's large, it goes down to medium or down to small. But it has disadvantage on all strength
So
saving
to make this easier,
checks.
I'm just literally going to half everything. All of its modifiers, all of whatever DCs, everything is going to be half just to keep it easy for me.
Okay.
All right? Sound good? Good. That's in your benefit
Yep.
anyway. Okay, so that happens. So Fomori, you're like 10 feet away from him, and he shrinks, and his tentacles comes like right back into him. And it's this little teeny stalactite looking roper. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to consider hitting it, and then I'm
Okay.
going to turn and run away.
Okay. Are you going to try to hit it, or are you going to try and run away?
No, I'm not going to try to hit it. I'm going to consider hitting it. And then I'm going to realize that what I really want is to not be in this room anymore. And I'm going to run away.
Okay.
We've already gotten the eggs. I'm going to be cognizant of them as I squeeze through the hole so as not to break them on the other side.
Okay.
And
So
I'm going
you can
to...
do a double movement there. So this is what you guys see. You see Femoria she quickly knocks an arrow, but then stops, turns around, and starts booking it. As she starts booking it, she tries to slide through the hole because it's a double move. You still got to make a dex save to try and slide through.
Yeah. I am actually really good at those. So, 23.
Oh, yeah. So she
Like
slides
baseball
through
slide.
the hole, plenty of room, arms straight up to, reduce the amount of size she takes up, comes right through the other side. As she stops, the eggs are right between her legs. She's able to pick the 3 up. Perfect. It is now the
All right,
roper's
let's
turn.
go.
All right, so the roper can't do squat, can't reach anybody. He's too far away. And he literally just grabs a couple eggs that are in the nest and just eats them real quick. Because that's all he can do. And it is Renmer's turn.
I imagine those are quite filling now, and I'm just gonna calmly sheathe my swords, turn around, and start walking out.
Yep.
I was
give
already
me-
30. I was already 30 feet.
Yeah, you just got to make a dex save to get through the hole.
Okay.
Don't die on rocks.
Right.
Rocks fall, Renmer dies.
I actually did a dex save 18. Does that get me through without
Oh my god.
eviscerating
Yes.
myself?
Yeah, I think so. Hang on. let
I
me double
rolled
check.
when it mattered.
What did I say the save was? Let me pull it up. Yeah, you get through.
Okay.
So you get through, and getting out is actually far easier than getting in. All
Before
of the stalagmites are easy. By the
Before
way.
we do anything, short rest.
Okay.
Is it safe to short rest here, guys? There's snacks upstairs.
Yeah, we'll
You can get out, no problem.
All right.
Okay,
You know,
if it's
if-
safe to get out, I'd like
But
to go
if you
have
want to
snacks
take a
while we
rest, you can. Do you want to take a rest on the way out?
No, let's get up
I just want to keep throwing fireballs in there.
Okay.
I
Garrett,
don't like
let's
anything
go.
that's in there. But come on.
Yeah, no, you could do that. You roast everything in there with fireballs. So, as you guys are crawling back through and
Just
everything on the way out. Oh, sorry.
Rest up. Yeah, I was just going to say,
That's-
rest up. I'm just going to be throwing fire and murdering everything inside while you guys are...
That was,
Resting.
by the way, that was about normal for us. That's kind of how this usually goes.
So you can do a short rest, expend your hit dice if you want.
Yeah.
As so getting out is not a problem. It's Fomori, you notice it's really quiet. Normally you hear your subjects socializing, like they lose their bearing when you're not around, so sometimes when you're like around the corner you can hear them talk. It's very quiet though.
Oh,
Um
that's not good. I'm gonna hurry.
you don't smell food either. You guys have only been gone for maybe a half hour, and as you come up out of the hole, I'm assuming you were the first one because you were so excited about snacks.
I was. And then I got really worried when I didn't hear them.
Yeah, you see that the fire was never even started. All the stuff is like in a pile, like their packs and everything, and you see that they had set up to start making some food. But when you look about 40 feet out, you see your friends tied to 3 different trees. And
Why?
and you see a halfling standing near your major domo
Mm-hmm.
with a dagger to his throat, and he's bound from the knees up under his nose.
Can the halfling even reach his throat?
With how he is bound, yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Just going right to the height thing, aren't you?
And he says, "You know this one was a loud one."
I'm going to
And
shoot
then-
him while he's talking.
Okay, do you want to?
Yes.
Okay, so is Renmer...
Nice.
So you get out. Renmer or Garrick, which one was behind her?
I'm assuming Renmer. Garrick's back there throwing fire.
Okay. No, Garrick's probably with you too now. He killed the roper and everything in there. He roasted it. He cooked it all alive. Okay, so Garrick and Renmer kind of flank you on each side, and they kind of step out. They recognize this halfling as Brutus Blackbush. And
No, don't stop.
so
Do
as he's
not
talking,
hurt him.
you do unleash an arrow, but he says, "You know this one was a loud one. See, I told one of your friends to let me know we were conducting business, if they were conducting business in my And then he sees the arrow come. So go ahead, roll to hit.
Nice.
Okay, so we took a rest though, right? That was what happened downstairs.
Yeah.
So I'm not
So you can do
actually
your hit
going
dice.
to roll to hit. I'm going to use Seeking Arrow, which is one of my special arcane arrows.
Nice.
That allows you to
Um,
ignore cover, correct?
And it automatically, I guess he gets to technically make a save.
Okay.
DC 15 dex.
15.
You would have been better off
What
just
do I have to
shooting him.
beat?
15?
He made it.
Okay.
So it
I get to
automatically
do-
misses then?
No, I get to do half damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it does a little bit extra damage, so that's why I was doing this one first.
Okay.
So that's 12, and then half of 12 is 6.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot him with the other arrow.
Okay.
But I wanted the one that did at least half damage for sure.
Yep.
That is a 29 to hit.
That will hit even with cover.
Excellent. He has cover?
Yeah, he's behind the tree with the arrow to their throat.
Oh, well, now he's been hit.
There you go.
So
It is right by your major domo's head. Vador
well-
or something like that.
yeah. So then
Baron.
that's 12. And if possible, I'd like to try to get his arm to shoot his arm away, especially with the seeking arrow, to get him to move his arm away from him so that he's not able to hit him right away.
I probably would have imposed disadvantage on the attack roll. Do you want to try it with disadvantage? See if you hit.
With the seeking arrow,
If you
could I
miss,
have
though, you're
done
going to
it?
hit your friend.
With the seeking arrow, could I have done it?
Probably not, because you still failed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
He succeeded a dex save, but sure, I'll roll with disadvantage.
Okay. If you miss, you're hitting your friend.
Disadvantage was the same. I got 2 19s. It's a
Okay.
29.
All right, so you hit his
Wow.
arm. This is his dagger hand.
Yeah.
All right, so roll or you already rolled damage, didn't you? All right,
I
so you
did.
hit his dagger hand, and he drops the dagger. Now roll initiative, everybody.
Ooh, I'm rolling the same.
I got a 7.
I got a 6.
I got a 23.
23.
I have a 12.
12 for Garrick. Okay. All right, so Femoria, you hit him in the one hand. You're 40 feet away. When that happens, he drops that hand down. And yeah, it is now your turn again, though.
Well, he was threatening my sworn subjects, so I'm going to shoot him again.
Wait.
No waiting, just shooting.
Go for it. He does have 3/4 cover.
Can I step sideways so that I can not have 3/4 cover?
You could, if you wanted to run your full speed to one direction, you could probably get half cover on him instead of 3/4.
All right, I'll run my full speed to one direction to get half cover.
Okay.
Okay, so the first is 26 to hit.
Hits.
It's 13 damage.
Jeez. Okay.
Turn back to Garrick and be like, technically we're not doing anything, and she never had interactions with him, so shrug.
And the second one's a 26 to hit.
Hits.
And another 13 damage.
Oh, jeez.
And then I'm going to action surge and shoot him twice more.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Murder the.
I don't like people threatening my
Wow.
sworn subjects. These are people who are sworn to me.
Yeah.
I have to protect them.
Go for it.
It's a 29 to hit.
Yep.
It's another 13. I've been maxing damage on all of these.
Someone needs to, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Geez.
And go
That's a
again.
Dirty
Right.
20 to hit on the last one.
That one will hit. Will hit, yes.
Okay. That's another 13. That was four
so-
eights in a row on that, by the way.
Okay,
Wow.
so she comes out of the hole and starts monologuing. Renmer and Garrick step out from behind her and flank her, and then you see her just unleash an arrow right into the hand as he's got it to the throat of whatever his name is. I keep forgetting.
Varen.
Varen. And he drops his dagger and pulls his arm down behind. And you guys are like, oh, there's no way she can hit him again. Like like you can barely see an eye out from behind the tree. She starts running to the side. 4 arrows, one after the other, are hitting in the exact same spot in his chest. And the 4th one hits him, and you see him just fall dead next to the tree.
Are there any more of his people?
No,
Oh.
that
I'm gonna
was
go
just him.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go cut my guys from the tree.
I'm going to turn to Garrick and be like, he was quite bad at first impressions.
All right. So here's what I want to do. Just let's go in and get the 2 bodies of the halflings that were inside. Let's do a tensors, and let's take all of them back to town.
Are they still in one piece
Yes.
after the firestorm?
I mean, Rigum, yeah, because he did it only in the back cavern
Yeah.
area.
I'm going to
So-
search Brutus's body.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we got plenty of time, so we can search them and get all this stuff going. But yeah, let's get all that stuff out.
So you're able to get the bodies out. There's nothing else on him, just that one sheet of paper originally. I will tell you, Brutus Blackbush had a shield that was on his back. He had torches, 8 of them. Had a backpack that had 233 gold in it.
They'll take that.
There's a scroll inside of a leather case. It's not magical, by the way. There's a medium hunter's trap, so any medium type creature or smaller it would work on probably. And he had beast bait. It's like it's basically just bait for the trap.
Yeah. By the way, if
And then he
goes
has the
to take the
rapier.
money, Renmore's just gonna like take it with his hand and say, "We best not rob him. In addition to killing him, we need to make a legitimate claim when we get back to town. Otherwise, we will likely be accused of murder."
I have a legitimate claim.
You
He
do have a legitimate
captured
claim.
and attempted to kill
Well,
my retainers.
you do have a legitimate claim, and you have many witnesses here that will speak to that, including myself. But let's not rob him.
I'll speak to it for half.
Apparently, I'm not getting any.
We'll see what the townsfolk say, and if he has any family or loved ones that may wish to inherit this money. I don't disagree with how you reacted, but let's not let's not compound the problems we are going to face.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it, and I was actually quite impressed. I very much enjoyed that.
It was
Normally-
fine shooting, and Brutus was a bastard.
Farron, are you okay?
He's got.
I'm sorry. I
rope in
thought I
his mouth.
cut the ropes off. Are you
Oh,
okay?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah.
have a dagger. It cuts things.
Yeah. We're completely fine. We were unharmed. He wanted to hold us for ransom for eggs.
Well, that's entirely crazy. He didn't say anything else. Just attacked 3 people sitting at the road for eggs.
He had a rapier, and we are not able to defend ourselves against him. You know this.
I know, but you were.
I
Just
was trying to get
camping on
ready
the
to make your
road.
food. I wasn't paying attention as the rapier was pressed to my back.
No, of course. You know that it's perfectly fine that you couldn't defend yourselves. I hadn't known if he had said anything else. Generally, travelers are not harmed.
He didn't harm us. He just tied us up.
I would taking you hostage a threat of your life would
Yeah.
constitute harm.
I mean, holding a knife to your throat and having you tied up and helpless, that's pretty harmful to me.
Yes, but we've been traveling with Femoria for a while now. This isn't the first time we've ran into sticky situations.
No.
Does she normally kill them so quickly?
Oh, yes. She's quite skilled.
I like having you around.
That came through.
Well, then I'm glad you're all okay. Let's go ahead and get everybody into town. Hopefully that will be safer than this forest.
Well, while we're in there, did we want to try to loot the rest of the eggs?
There's still a roper in there.
The eggs you
I-
burned.
I'm assuming
With the
they're now
fireball.
fried eggs.
Okay.
I mean, you could go eat them now that
we've
they've
got
like
food.
hard
That's,
boiled
like,
over.
funny.
Okay, so I told you all the equipment he had. He also has leather armor, a dagger, and then a rapier. Now the rapier looks really nice and intricate. In fact, along the blade, it has like what looks like little pixies in it.
Detect magic. Was anything magical?
The rapier.
Okay. I will point out that that his weapon is magical.
I
If we
assume
have
you want this
time-
to go to his heirs as well.
If we have time, I will cast Identify on it. But yes, I would not take this initially.
I mean, I'm not for anyone who's a highwayman being able to, essentially leave their possessions to their family. I mean, if he's getting his possessions through murder and theft, then it's
I don't
ill-gotten
disagree.
gains anyway.
I don't want to I us any trouble if we get into town and are accused of killing him and robbing him.
I think that's wise to just not have looted him, to maybe look through. You said there was like a scroll or something that he
Yeah, he had a
was
scroll
non-magical?
case. So when you open it, it wasn't magical. You can see what looks like a strange symbol on it. It's nice parchment paper, but there's a symbol of like a black claw, almost like a dragon claw.
Great.
And it says on it, if any adventurers, I didn't write that. I wrote it weird. Anyways, if any adventurers are found in any local establishments, there will be a reward for 1,000 gold to anyone who murders them.
Well then,
and it says Meregden on it.
I feel our actions are even more justified. I deeply look forward to keeping that gold and whatever this rapier is, and I'm going to ritual cast Identify on it.
Identify?
Yeah, I have Identify as a ritual spell.
Oh, on the rapier?
Yes.
So it's a +2 rapier.
Oh, you know what? I don't have one of the components for it, so never mind.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I won't tell you the rest.
I mean, I have identify.
Okay, so it's a +2 rapier. It's called the Rapier of the Fae, and it allows you to communicate with Fae creatures.
I gotta get me a pearl.
Well,
you
I
get-
think
you
we'll
get a
have
bonus,
enough money for
so
you to have
advantage.
that soon.
To communicate with Fae.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. And we will, as you guys are heading back to town, you're going to throw them on Tensor's disc as well as the other two bodies?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. We will end the session right there. But before we end it, I do quickly want to, again, mention Jasper's Game Week, an epic live stream event, 40 hours of tabletop RPGs. You can go and get involved in the auction. They have a lot of cool stuff. You can play in a game with people like Chris Perkins, Satine Phoenix. So if that's something you really want to do, it's a bucket list item. Here's your chance. So go on over there. I'm just promoting this just because I have no affiliation. I haven't talked to the people. I just thought it was really cool. And I really wanted to do that for them. So if you have any questions about it, talk to Fenway Jones or Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and they can answer all your questions. Go check all that out. It looks awesome. With that, we've got a game coming up tomorrow on this channel. It's going to be my friend Aaron's game that he made. It's based off Fantasy Flight Games. It's Rad Wasteland. It's Wild West post-apocalyptic, and it's done kind of like the Genesis system. So I'll be playing in that tomorrow. And then Friday, Tom is going to be running a game on this channel. I'm not going to play, but I will be behind the scenes. So yeah, Tom, if you want to talk about that, you can talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to be running another one-shot of Zweihander. This one based off of one of the written adventures available on Drive-Thru RPG with that system. Getting a different group of first-time players in there with me, the second-time GM. So hopefully I've looked up a few things, and I actually did the ranges right. That actually is how it runs, which to me speaks again to a good intuitive system. So we're going to be running that on Friday, and it should be a lot of fun. They got some stuff, but I'll plug it on Friday when we're actually doing the Zweihander stuff.
Awesome. Now, is it the same adventure or a different one?
No, it's going to be a different adventure that I
Cool.
got off Drive-Thru RPG, written by one of their writers over at Grim and Perilous.
Oh, cool. So I'm glad, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this, right? But if it's the same adventure, I'm gonna know everything. Like,
No, it's going to be a whole new surprise, and it's a players all recruited over from the Discord over at Encounter Roleplay, community
Awesome.
members from over there. So the first one we did was community members from here, and this one we're doing community members from my other major Discord that I'm a moderator for, Encounter Roleplay.
Awesome. I love it. That's really cool. Laura, what do you have going on? Any other games going on, or?
Nope. Just pretty much home games and this. So
Okay. Very cool. That's still cool. Well, I'm
Trying to
glad
get
you
across.
joined us. You obviously stole the show at the end there, with what, 5 arrows in a row with no chance to answer back.
that is what arcane archers are good at. We're not good at many things, but that's one of them.
That was
Right.
great. I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping to monologue. I wrote like 4 more sentences.
I'm sorry. I realize this is the first time you've DM'd with me, and Tom can tell you that absolutely none of my characters ever stand for monologues ever.
Like, you ever been to like one of those like fast food shops that has like the bulletproof glass?
Yes,
That's how
I've been to Detroit a few times and got
characters
pizza and stuff.
behind that.
That's how you have to monologue. I have no characters that stand for monologues. I'm like, if you're talking, that really just means you're not prepared for me to shoot you.
There you go.
Nice. I don't blame you. Garrick, what about you? You got anything going on? Any other games or anything?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
just this.
Keeping it simple. Yep.
Cool. So I've been talking about trying to do a one shot. I don't know if this is gonna happen. I'm considering doing like a one shot of Fantasy Age or Dragon Age or something. I want to. I've wanted to for years. I feel like if there was ever a time, it would be now that like everybody's at home and everyone has availability. However, I'm not committing to it, but if I do, it's going to be through the Discord. So if you're interested, join the Discord because that is the first place I'm going to post about it. And so yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And you know, like I said, we have games tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. And other than that, we'll see what's going on. So thanks for watching, guys. This was Master the Game. Game on.